Hey everybody, Sean here from Somm Wine Club, and I have got some wine for you. This is the Artesano de Argento, the 2022 Organic White Malbec. This is part of the July 2023 Somm Wine Club box, and a really interesting way to start off this month. So, I tasted this wine at the Vancouver International Wine Festival earlier this year, where the featured region was South America. So there was some new products that came into the market, producers that we don't see a ton of wines from, and one that I hadn't seen before, and that included this. So Artesano Argento, Bodega Argento, was founded in 1999 in Mendoza, in Argentina, and the Artesano label means artisan in Spanish, and was created to kind of pay homage to the artisan craft work that is native to Argentina. So silver and leather work, everything being done by hand, just like in this wine. This is made from 100% organic Malbec from their Agrelo vineyard in Luján de Cuyo, and as you can see, it's a white wine. I was very shocked when I first kind of went up and tasted this wine, because times when you have white wines made from red grapes, usually they're using lighter skinned red varieties. Pinot Noir can make some really interesting white wine. I've seen it done with Sangiovese. I've seen it done with Merlot, actually, which is not a thinner skinned grape variety, but to same effect. Malbec is really, really dark. It's really deeply pigmented. It's got a lot of color, a lot of signings in the skins that give that deep, rich pigment to red Malbecs. So understandably, it took them a couple of years of trials to figure out how to make a fresh, bright white wine out of this really deeply pigmented red grapes. In Argentina, in this particular part of Mendoza, where you have vineyards that basically start at 1,000 meters above sea level and go up from there, higher elevation grapes tend to have even more of that deep pigment color, because proximity to the sun means the grapes develop thicker skins to protect themselves, and so color just gets amped up. So really excited to see them doing something different. This is the first of its kind. I've never seen a white Malbec before, and from all of the reading that I did, I think this is the first white Malbec, at least white Malbec from organic grapes, that is available in Canada and the United States. So Argento was, like I said, started in 1999. In 2012, it was purchased by a gentleman named Alejandro Bulgaroni, who's an industrialist, an investor, and has a couple of other wineries, and it's part of Grupo Avenida. And with that purchase in 2012 came the contact and mentorship of Alberto Antonini, who's a world-renowned enologist who has worked in projects all over the globe to great success and is highly sought after. So his mentorship and kind of forward-thinking way of doing things has turned Argento from a small boutique winery in Mendoza into the largest producer of organic grapes in Argentina. And their winemaker, Juan Pablo Murgia, in 2021 was named Argentina's Young Winemaker of the Year. So lots of really interesting things going on in this property, and obviously not just content to rest on their laurels, always innovating and trying something new. So let's see what Malbec is like as a white wine. There's something in your mind that always says, it's like, oh, it's made from Malbec. It's going to smell like red fruit. It's going to smell like these kind of just white versions of blackberry and black cherry. And not even a little bit. This is ripe citrus. There's like ripe lemon and tangerine and peach and these kind of underripe stone fruits. There's a really beautiful kind of subtle apricot spice character to this as well. There's a really lovely floral character, like jasmine, orange blossom. It's whenever I have something new like this, it's interesting to try and like make comparatives to other varieties. And like the nose, it smells a little bit like Albarino. It has this like fruit and floral kind of fruit basket, Dole fruit cup, those little like syrup filled fruit cups that kids used to have. Maybe they still do. I don't know. it's quite aromatic. It's definitely crisp and kind of tangy smelling. There's a kind of a salty, chalky note to the wine as well. And this is done all in stainless steel. There's no oak influence here. They want to keep things super bright and fresh. So this is grapes come in, free run juice, like skins are taken away, no pressing, no maceration, nothing. And even without that, there is just a very, very light hint of kind of subtle copper color. Even though in the bottle it looks totally clean and bright and straw yellow. Ooh, that's got some stuff going on. A wine that looks this color, produced in stainless steel, has this kind of tangy, tart, crisp, crunchy fruit aroma and floral notes. I expect to be very lean and very kind of straight up and down and almost sharp. This is not. This is broad textured. It's got almost a rounded character to it, and it lingers in the middle of your palate. Has great freshness to start off with. You get this kind of richness on the mid palate, and then the finish is kind of chalky and has a really a nice like underlying subtle bitterness too. That's really good. It's not quite waxy, but has like a honeyed character to it. That kind of beautiful ripe fruit that they have gotten from this vineyard really shows through with lots of aromatic complexity and fleshiness, like biting into a really, really juicy, like mouth-wateringly rich, ripe pear. The alcohol is relatively low for Malbec, and even honestly for anything grown in kind of high altitude Argentina. So it's 12.5% alcohol, which is very restrained, very refreshing, really easy to enjoy. And yeah, like definitely has more weight than I expect from a wine in this style. And I like that about this. I think that this is a unique wine to share with people, hence why I'm sharing it with all of you. And also, it's a little bit of a mind twist. It has like some stuff that you don't expect, and if you bring this to a party, bring it to a dinner, you're gonna pull this up. People are gonna be like, "I'm sorry, you brought a what now?" I think there's a lot of potential for food with this because it does have great acidity. My mouth is watering. It has this tanginess to it, but that mid palate weight gives more opportunity for different things. So, like doing sautéed prawns with lots of fresh lemon and herbs, and butter, or olive oil, avocado oil if you want something that's got the richness. This will cut through, but it's also that natural kind of sweetness and fruitiness from the ripeness of the fruit is going to pick up natural sweetness from prawns or like richer, buttery fish is great too. Like if you were doing a cod or black cod, sable fish. The little bit of bitterness is fun because it plays off of, you can like tuck that into other bitter elements in food, in dishes. So I feel like this is one of those wines that you could do with challenging things like artichoke, where it will kind of mask the bitterness of the fruit, or sort of bitterness of the vegetables with its own kind of subtle, balanced fruit and bitter compounds. I wouldn't be afraid to do this with kind of medium weight dishes either. If you're doing like grilled pork chops, you get some like peach or apricot chutney and something in there, as long as you're not like braising or roasting too heavily, like a pan sear for pork chops with that kind of fruitness of apricot or peach. It would be really, really tasty here. or honestly just drink it on its own, because, like I said, all of the components are so well balanced. Nothing really stands out. Uh, this doesn't need to be cellared. There's no need to continue to age this. It's showing beautifully just as it is. And I think that doing this at maybe just a slightly cooler temperature will help to highlight that freshness. If you want it to be a little bit more richer and rounder, have it come up in temperature. Serve it at 12 degrees Celsius instead of 9, and then you'll feel more of that warmth and roundness and richness, and you can play it off of richer dishes too. Finishing the glass before the video is over is always a good sign. So thanks for watching. Thanks for those of you that are part of Somm Wine Club for this month. Artesano de Argento, white Malbec from Argentina. Thanks very much. We'll see you guys next time.